Hey Sass Squad, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we're gonna do something a little bit different. Recently, my mom sent me a message telling me that she hit rank 20 in Pokemon Go GBL by just using the recommended Pokemon. I haven't done Auto Rekt in GBL in a very long time. Back in the day, they actually had a different CP range that they would pick from your inventory, but they've since increased the range of CP. If you really want to play Auto Rekt and get recommended battle ready Pokemon, you have to clear out a lot of Pokemon in that CP range. Before they changed it, it was a lot easier to maintain that. In today's video, we're going to actually be doing Auto Rekt in the Ultra League Premier Classic. With that being said, I have 3 sets of Auto Rekt here that I'm going to be post-commentating over, so let's just jump into the battles. Alright, so in this very first set, we get recommended shiny Gardevoir into a Nidoqueen, which is terrible. So I'm going to try to switch into my Blaziken as like a safe swap, knowing that maybe we should line Melodic up with Nidoqueen. And it is actually a Fire Spin Overheat Blaziken. This is not that great, so I'm just gonna not shield at all, and I'm gonna throw the Overheat. And it's crazy because this Welrun was expecting a Blaze Kick, and we end up winning the switch purely because they don't shield. So that's really great for us, and they bring in Machamp, so this allows us to bring in our shiny Gardevoir here, and pretty much get so much damage off on Machamp. And now I'm gonna bring in our battle ready Melodic in on the Nidoqueen, and we will be able to win this matchup now because Melodic is bulky enough to beat the Nidoqueen. And as you can tell, I'm just farming down here. I will throw one surf. I guess I didn't really need to, but they end up just letting it go, which I thought was pretty good for us. Realistically, I don't want to let this Machamp get too much energy, but in a way, the Poison Fang did work in our favor here because it didn't allow the Machamp to get too much of a farm down. And once they throw that that move and I shield, my Charm will knock out. So we got lucky with that. So in this next one, we get recommended a Shadow Gardevoir, which all these Pokemon are battle ready, and we have a great lead. So our opponent's actually going to bring in Trevenant here, and I realized, oh, I could bring in this Shiftry, and this is actually a Shiftry that is a hundo that I built back on the day. So it's really cool to see this Pokemon get some play again. There's a lot of Pokemon that get play in this video that I have not used for a long time now. So yeah, really cool, nostalgic to bring back the Shiftry. And obviously we have some great matchups with Forest Shiftry in this battle as well. Even the Poliwrath isn't going to like the Leaf Blades, and they're just going to opt out and let their Poliwrath die. And that works out great for us because we're going to get off a foul play. They don't shield here either, which I think is an issue for them because Shadow Gardevoir is insanely strong. That even though Venusaur resists these charms, we're going to be able to farm down. Our opponent just top lefts out of the battle, which, you know, GG, I don't blame you. I actually do that a lot myself in today's video too, because there's just certain matchups that I just recognize that it's not worth playing this out. But this is another battle where we don't really have a great lead here, so I'm going to switch out as a safe swap to my Typhlosion, and that Slowking that is in the lead is not battle ready, but this Typhlosion and Aggron are. So they're going to switch out and bring in their own Typhlosion, and we're going to try to get a shield or knock out their Typhlosion with double Blast Burn. Fortunately for us, we do not get any shields, and we can knock out the Typhlosion, winning the switch safely. And they're going to bring back in the Luxray. So what I should have done here is just not shielded at all, but I actually fell for the bait move, and that didn't work out good for us. I mean, we're going to get a shield here at least, but I make a really questionable play too in switching in Slowking. But reality is, if I remember correctly, this person has an Obstagoon in the back line, and we probably couldn't have won this battle anyways. I should have just brought in Aggron on the safe swap, but yeah, regardless, it would have probably been bad for us. So GG. Alright, this battle, I think I just top left. Because, yeah, I could bring in my Blaziken, but like if I switch out, I'm just going to get hard countered. And I just let my Feraligatr die, and I just decided, you know, I'm just going to leave. I guess I could have played it out and brought in Blaziken, but part of me just felt like there's no way I'm gonna win this. So maybe I should have played out. Who really knows what would have happened? But in our next battle, we get recommended 3 battle-ready Pokemon, unfortunately. Kind of interesting line, and we have Melodic against Swampert for the leads. I knew I could take an Earthquake or a Sludge Wave if they decided to not bait, and yeah, that's fine. They end up switching in their Ampharos here, and I will line up my Obstagoon because I know I can tank some moves and return the damage back as well. So Obstagoon is going to be throwing Night Slashes and trying to counter and get as much damage off. We're going to be seeing Thunder Punches from this Ampharos. I know I could have taken another one, but I guess I just didn't want to get hit by a Focus Blast, you know? And they are going to return a shield here as well. At this point, I'm pretty confident that this is a Thunder Punch and they're just spamming Thunder Punches. So very nice that we can live that just with enough to get off another Night Slash and threaten either a shield or the KO. So we will safely win the switch. I'm going to line up my Melodic with their Charizard, and they're going to insta-swap back into their Swampert, and I will in fact switch to my Blaziken, knowing that if I shield once, I will be able to counter their Swampert down. And this creates a nice scenario where I will have a lot of energy against Charizard, and Charizard will not be able to one-shot Blaziken with any of its moves. And we do conveniently get their shield with a Blaze Kick here, which will allow us to get to the Brave Bird and knock out. Yeah, they just threw a Dragon Claw there too, which guaranteed I would get to this Brave Bird. So that's really nice. GG, trainer. Alright, so that was our first set that I have here on the video today. It's a 3-2. Really, most of those battles that we won, we had some battle-ready Pokemon. So yeah, obviously part of the challenge is sometimes we won't get lucky and our comps will be weird, but this was actually a really fun experience. I mean, this season, I think it's a balance of trying to have fun and like practicing, right? So in this next battle, we end up getting this Goodra, and this Goodra is not battle ready. It has only one move, it's Sludge Wave. At least it has Dragon Breath, but this lead is not good for us. I mean, fortunately, they think it's Surf Power Whip, I assume, and they do end up shielding that first move. And I'm going to bring in Obstagoon here on this Cavalier and just tank a Drill Run. This is looking pretty bleak for our line. I mean, I'm just going to tank both of those and switch out, and kind of works out a little bit there, but still kind of a bad situation if you ask me. We have a nice matchup against a Welrain, I suppose, but we're going to have to commit the shields because Icicle Sphere at this point will be... We can't really afford to take the damage, I suppose is what I'm trying to get at. So we're going to throw a Leaf Blade here, and Welrain's just going to take it. We will be able to... I mean, I technically undertapped that, I suppose. It was not intentional, but that was nice, I guess, to get that. But yeah, this is going to be tough because they have this Contonian Muck, and Contonian Muck is extremely bulky. So none of my moves, too, are even super effective with Gallade. So this is definitely going to be an L for us. So I'm just going to... As you can see, I wanted to leave, but... You know, I need to have another close combat ready. So that's game. Nicely done. Nice try. So in this next battle, what do we get recommended? Oh my gosh. I have not seen Crustle for a while. There was a lot of Pokemon that I got recommended in the Auto Rekt session that are Pokemon I just haven't used for seasons, but this Crustle is just taking names in this battle. So we get the Incineroar lead, and they are not going to shield, which is, you know, makes sense. But still, just being a dark fire type, it's not going to appreciate the neutral damage. And our Smackdown is just wrecking this team. It ends up not shielding the Rock Slide, and they end up having a Charizard, so they're like a triple fire starter team here. And Crustle just completely obliterates this entire team. Like, they didn't even shield, they didn't even... What was the point, right? I understand where they're coming from. But yeah, that was insane. So in this next battle, none of these Pokemon are battle ready. It's a Bullet Seed, Frenzy Plant, Shiny Sceptile, and I'm facing possibly the worst lead I could see with this line. I mean, there's things I could have done a little bit better to maybe try to give myself more of a fighting chance, but I definitely did not want to switch out. I guess I could have just switched into Blissey, but I feel like I would have just been farmed down. And this is a Hex Gengar, and I just don't shield. Maybe I should have shielded and just farmed down, but Yeah, that was kind of a bad call. I throw this Focus Blast because I know I'm going to get farmed down at that point, and they end up having Snorlax. And the thing is, this would have been extremely difficult regardless. Like, Snorlax in the back line, it's not like Blissey is going to be doing much here. Crazy enough, though, there are some battles I had where I did win when I got recommended this Blissey. But yeah, GG trainer, we tried our best with what we got recommended there. Alright, let's see what we get in our next battle. We do get a pretty decent lead in the form of Welrin against our Gallade, and this is a pretty every Pokemon that we got recommended this time are in fact battle ready Pokemon, so that was really cool. We're gonna not shield the first Icicle Sphere, but we will shield the second, and now we're gonna start throwing Leaf Blades. I don't think they shield because I think they can actually, oh wait, they do shield, and they make a switch here to Cavalier. And what I'll end up doing, even though I threw that, I'm just gonna stay in and try to just get a shield, or you know, maybe they won't shield and they actually don't shield and they die to the close combat, and they bring back in Welrin and they're gonna farm down Gallade, or try to, but I end up making a switch here to my Tangrowth because I knew I could live one Icicle Sphere and maybe threaten the shield or get the knockout on a Welrin, and they end up shielding, and I'm just gonna let Tangrowth go here. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring in Melodic and try to farm down, but they end up having Sylvia on the back line, and we should be able to get to the Blizzard and just win this battle. So I think I do shield the Psyshock because that's the move I think that will do more damage. I mean, obviously Earthquake will hurt from Welrin, but I was pretty confident that Welrin was not going to get to an EQ here. So yeah, I'm going to try. Oh my gosh, this is actually kind of crazy. I catch the move here. Icicle Sphere wouldn't have killed me regardless there, but that was nice that we were able to make that sacrificial swap and just guarantee the win. So GG. I definitely got inspired by some of these lines that were recommended to me. So in this next one, we have a Poison Jab, Acid Spray, Alone Muck. These are all battle ready Pokemon. And even my Hundo Victory Bell from back in the day, I made a video about that team. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. It really does help my content reach a wider audience here on YouTube, and I really appreciate that. But yeah, this is an insane battle. So we actually end up switching there to try to like farm down their Obstagoon with our Obstagoon, and they bring in the Swampert. And like obviously Victory Bell is a great matchup for the Swampert, but Obstagoon actually has a pretty decent matchup here, and we're kind of stuck here. So we're going to be throwing these Night Slashes, and we do get the shield, which is really nice. And I think I might even like commit. No, I let it go because I don't let it go. I mean, I let that move go through because I know I can live the Hydro Cannon and they can't farm me down. So at this point, we're in a really nice scenario because we win the switch. They're going to bring in a Samurott, which when I saw the Samurott, I was like, oh my gosh, Victory Bell is going to get play this match. So I bring in the Victory Bell, which is raised. Like, you can't escape it. You can't escape the Victory Bell once you leave, even the Great League. And they're going to bring an Obstagoon. It's just game at this point. There's nothing Obstagoon can use. And I mean, if it had Gunk Shot, it could have potentially, but it was not nowhere near that energy. And we just Razor Leap the rest of their team down, and that is a GG. Yeah, that was another Pokemon that I haven't seen for a while that was kind of fun to use again. So that was another set, our second set of the video. We went 3-2. Yeah, it was just insane, honestly, getting some of these wins. I don't know. I was just blown away. Like, sometimes it felt like the game was actually recommending me A, B, B lines. So in this next battle, we end up getting a Metagross, which is built for Ultra League. I don't even know when I've used this, but I have it double moved, apparently. And we got recommended a Scyther that is 2281 CP, so I'm gonna actually switch in Scyther here on the Gallade. And you know, I honestly want to build this Scyther. It does seem kind of interesting when I was playing it, like how fast it plays. I mean, maybe it could be justified to use, but anyways, we're just gonna let Scyther go. We just wanted to bring it in and like use it kind of like a third shield and get off as much damage as we possibly could. And we do realize that the Shadow Gardevoir that we also got recommended has a really great matchup against the Gallade as well. So we're just gonna take the Icicle Spear here and just pretty much destroy the Welrin with Charm. and they're gonna bring in Sylveon, and they're actually gonna stay in and try to charm down my Metagross. Like, this is kind of crazy to me, but maybe it's because their Gallade was so low on HP. They didn't want to switch out, but I make the great call and I just don't shield against Sylveon. I eat that Psyshock up. They end up switching the Gallade. I throw the Meteor Mash, and it's kind of crazy here because I was just thinking like, wait, am I gonna actually die? I barely just won this match still, you know? Pretty insane battle, honestly. That charm damage from Sylveon on my Shadow Gardevoir was brutal. Alright, so in this next battle, we get Heracross. These are actually all battle ready. We have Heracross, Honchkrow, and Dragonite. I'm going to safe swap to my Dragonite on the Toxicroak, and they bring in Welrin, and we're just going to let Dragonite die to the Welrin. So I didn't really want to, like, play the shield game against the Welrin. So I just throw my first Rock Blast, and I'm going to take the first Icicle Spear, and I'm going to farm down. And what do they end up having here in the back line? Let's see. They end up, oh yeah, they bring back in their Toxicroak, which is a great call. And I'm going to just let it go through. I can barely live, the Rock Blast, the Mud Bomb, excuse me. I get a shield from the Toxicroak. I'm going to switch in my Honchkrow. So Honchkrow actually going to do some work here. They don't shield Toxicroak, which definitely was their best way to beat Honchkrow, was to just shield their shield their Toxicroak and farm down with counter. But they end up having Shadow Snorlax here, and the lick damage is not going to be enough to kill me or farm down. So I will be able to get off 3 Sky Attacks here, and we pretty much are just going to win. I didn't really need to switch out there at all. I don't know why I did that, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. We can Sky Attack, and we are able to clutch it with our shiny Honchkrow. I actually have videos on my channel running that Pokemon too in Ultra League in the past. It's a blast to run it when you can line it up with certain Pokemon. Okay, I just top left this because I was like, okay, I have a Sirfetch'd, a Blastoise, and a Golem that's not intended for PvP. I mean, I just top left. I felt like that Venusaur was going to destroy me. But in our next battle, we end up having a Dragonite lead here with our Charizard. I'm just going to let that... This is a Fire Spin Dragonite. Charizard. This is a Fire Spin Charizard. So I'm going to try at this point, after getting that first Dragon Claw off, to farm down with Sirfetch'd, because Sirfetch'd damage is actually pretty insane. And here, I'm not even gonna like play the bait game, which actually paid off. We're able to just destroy their Escavalier, which was pretty insane. But we actually have this Fire Spin Blaziken here in the back. And, you know, honestly, I don't know. I think it wouldn't. I don't know if having counter would have been any different here or not. But yeah, we just cannot. I think it would have been different. I think the timing of counter and Fire Spin are different. At first, I almost thought that was my regular Blaziken that's built for Ultra League, but then it hit me like, oh, when I switched, I'm like, oh wait, this is the wrong one. Yeah, I think maybe if I would have had counter, I could have maybe pulled that off, but yeah, who really knows? So let's see here. I didn't really like see if I did a calc or not. So in this next match, we end up having a Trevenant lead against our Swampert. I'm going to safe swap into Tangrowth, and they end up bringing in Welrin, and they're going to take the first Rock Slide, which is nice. I think I just lit the first Icicle Sphere, slip on through knowing that I can tank one. And we are going to be able to get to another Rock Slide, which is great for us. And they will shield this time, so that's great. And instead of farming down, they're actually going to throw Icicle Sphere. I don't know if that was a CMP, maybe it was. But fortunately for us, this does create a scenario where Swampert could potentially get to the Hydro Cannon and knock out. I mean, the Trevenant is a little scary, but our Honchkrow in the back line pretty much is a great matchup for the Trevenant. And they end up having Machamp here, and I have 2 shields versus their 1, and we just have to get to 2 Sky Attacks to knock out Machamp, and then it's pretty much game. And they can't even get off another move to threaten my shield away, and we resist all of Trevenant's charge moves, so we can shield one and get to a Sky Attack rather safely and pull off the win here. So that was awesome to get another win this set with Honchkrow. Yo, it just feels great to... No, Honchkrow is glass cannon. It just completely annihilates most Pokemon. Alright, so that was another set, the final one I'm showing here today in the video, and that was a 3-2. So yeah, pretty insane to run some auto rec and actually find some success, even though some of these teams that we got recommended were kind of wonky, or we got non-battle ready Pokemon. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, the Sass Squad is getting stronger each and every day. Good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you're tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one.